that are guiding us, that are outlining the policy of this university. And as such, we did our best to comply and not to, do anything that is out of line, that is not acceptable. We are now going to read out the petition to the campus management. The petition is written from the students of NMMU who are now called George campus. But the petition actually is to lay out the reasons why Saasveld name should be reinstated. As we can see on our beautiful gate there when you enter the boom gate, the name Saasveld is not there anymore. And it's just more than that. It's not just about the name that has been removed at the boom gate. But you will hear as we read out the petition. The petition is submitted on the date of the 23rd October 2014. I'm about to read the petition. The petition is reasons why Saasveld name should be reinstated. On the 9th of October 2014, an email was sent to all students inviting them to attend the branding ceremony scheduled for the 16th of October 2014. This email had a photo showing the boom gate NMMU Saasveld signage covered with curtains, which indicated to us that the management is changing the name. Upon receiving the news, students expressed their dissatisfaction in being excluded from the process when their own campus was undergoing name change without prior consultation. We subsequently requested a meeting with the SC, which took place on the 10th of October 2014. SC further met with the campus principal on the same day and arranged another meeting with campus management and students who requested a meeting. The campus management meeting with students took place on the 13th of October 2014, where we received context regarding the removal of Saasveld's name from the campus management. In the meeting with the campus management, it was stipulated that the ceremony was to be focused on strengthening the NMMU brand and not rebranding the campus. Unfortunately, what we were told by management from the meeting contradicts what the speakers at the ceremony constantly referred to as renaming and rebranding the campus. Therefore, we have the following concerns that we request management to respond to by Thursday, 30th of October 2014, which is next week, by the way. This petition will only cover the topic of the campus naming. The petition will not be engaging in the renaming of the road leading to the university. It will not be advocating for anyone in the management to resign or challenging their competence. It will not be supporting any violence or vandalism of property related to the campus naming. It will not endorse any actions to discredit the NMMU brand or and its staff related to the campus name. Main reasons for the Saasveld name support. Reason number one, industry support and perception. Over the entire 84 years of Saasveld's existence, the name has accumulated enormous credibility and recognition as a center of excellence locally and worldwide. This is why the industry has invested so much of their best in top-class training qualification at this institution. They strongly identify and align themselves with the name Saasveld as a leading institution. Some stakeholders have even started questioning the quality of education as they perceive a change in quality with the change in the name. If a name has this much effect on how employers perceive the quality of training that students get from an institution, then it is paramount for students to question the university. Who is the name change benefiting? Has this decision affected the employability of students? Was this decision to somewhat ensure the political satisfaction surrounding the campus name? We would be more than happy to see an NMMU campus name that still acknowledges the Saasveld name. For example, NMMU George Saasveld.
Yes.
in line with NMMU policy regarding naming of campuses and is more consistent when compared to other campus names. We are prepared to negotiate and discuss this appropriately so that we do not rob Peter to pay Paul in this process. Strengthening the brand. Using a great credibility and recognition of Saasveld as a center of excellence in natural resource management, the business school can use the same name goodwill of the name Saasveld to advance this recognition into industry as a center of excellence. As NMMU value, excellence should be encouraged and maintained. Supporting the NMMU brand with established Saasveld brand can only help the university to gain worldwide recognition. Concerns relating to the process of name change. The history. When PE Technicon and UPE merged, the campus was labeled as George Campus, being the campus of the NMMU located in George. The campus therefore continued to be called Saasveld Campus in George, and this was to the Saasveld community. This was to the Saasveld community a compromise which we all lived with peacefully. This was evident on the gates, on the map, and even on GPS. Now, when the branding team decided to let go of the Saasveld name, they just did that with a drop of a hat. It then caused a difficult situation as the community that is proud of their identity are just told to let go and accept that they are actually called something else. For example, at the branding ceremony, that tape was used to cover a small false Saasveld that was left at the gate, which is just past the message that the name Saasveld was being done away with. Maybe we also need to mention that the university has been sowing seeds of discord between natural resource management and business since the merger. The university took a decision to move a business school to George, but to not put it on the Saasveld campus. And instead, they separated us and put business in town. When they did bring business to Saasveld campus, they drove us further apart by creating competition. Business versus the bush. From here, business students felt isolated and marginalized, and was the fault of the management and the SC, who should have worked on ways to celebrate our differences by encouraging collaboration. On the point of transformation, the name Saasveld comes from the Baroness Hesina van Rieder van Oudtshoorn, who named the property after her ancestral country in Holland in 1854. The town, George, was named after King George III, the reigning English monarch at the time of his proclamation in 1811. Both names have ties to Europe, both names from long before apartheid. So, one cannot understand how a person could link one name to the atrocities of apartheid without linking the other. These are arguments raised in the meeting. These arguments were raised in the meeting with the management. Many universities in South Africa did not allow black students to attend. It was a political discourse that the apartheid government established. So there is no transformation in replacing Saasveld with George, except showing a division among the students of the same campus. Embrace diversity. As the debate about the name change goes on, we notice there is a distinctive discrimination of any Afrikaans-related names, and they are discarded without analysis of their value or offensiveness compared to English names. We not have a future perspective on this issue and forget the fundamentals of the actual benefit name is capable of. On the point of democracy, one cannot change the name in dealing with transformation without following consultation processes and hope that it will simply be endorsed by all. At some stage, we need to reach a compromise on this. It is an undeniable fact that the name change has become a squabble drawn within lines of race. Out of this speech, we've seen that in the group, in the page that is established on Facebook and on social networks, people are throwing racial remarks everywhere concerning this name. Back to the speech. Others say Saasveld is not favoring a certain racial group. We have noted these petty arguments too. That is why we ask for a more democratic and transparent process in solving this issue to honor Madiba's legacy. We don't think Madiba would be proud of autocracy as a man who believed in democracy. Democratic processes need to be followed by having forums and proper dialogue with all campus stakeholders, since it's a sensitive issue. This cannot be left to representatives to decide, because it's a collective process that seeks to unite everyone and not an individual's opinion. According to section 3.5 of the policy, open quote, our educational purpose and philosophy, we provide transformational leadership in the service of society through our teaching and learning, research and engagement activities. To achieve this, we are committed to developing the human potential of our staff and students in the full spectrum of its cognitive, economic, social, cultural, aesthetic, and personal dimensions in the pursuit of democratic citizenship. Close quote. The majority of students from this campus, including alumni, do not endorse the new name George campus. Therefore, a review on this decision is critical. On the point of transparency, if a name is to be discarded, surely as an academic institution that promotes values of transparency, debate, and democracy, these values must be upheld before such a decision can be taken. According to Vision 2020 Strategic Plan, which was drafted in 2010 document, one of the NMMU's objectives for 2020 is, open quote, participative, transparent, and consensus-seeking decision-making, close quote. From the recent meeting we had with campus management, we were told that changing the name Saasveld to George is not part of rebranding, but strengthening the brand. However, upon attending the ceremony on Thursday, the 16th, the Vice Chancellor said it more than once that this ceremony is about rebranding, and the Herald published the same on the news, which was, by the way, the media agency that came to witness this significant ceremony that